2,000 days in hardcore Minecraft. I didn't think we'd get this far. And today I begin an absolutely massive project to create the most powerful XP farm that anyone else has. Why will this one be so fast? Well, normally picking up XP it's just too slow. But with this farm, you can gain hundreds of levels super fast. The first thing I need to do is go exploring. Exploring at a new distant land, where the goal is to go searching underwater to find caves that contain dripstone. And whilst in search of that, I've also accidentally found diamonds. Might as well mine them up. Okay, it was just one. And then it's back to collecting dripstone. Also, guys, over the last few months, I've spent over 500 hours in this world bringing you guys videos. So if you enjoy this series, it would help me out so much if you could subscribe. And whilst you're doing that, I'm going to mine up these diamonds. Nice to find a bit more dripstone. And here we have even more. There's actually loads of it in the area. This might be all the dripstone I need. And with these final pieces of dripstone, I should have everything I need. All of these can be added to the chest. I can also harvest all of these cauldrons since they're all full now. That's topped up my lava supply, which is going to be useful later. I got so many diamonds whilst looking for dripstone, so let's go ahead and burn all of that, since diamonds are for peasants. And it looks like it's time to go to bed. What's that? There's something different on the wall. Yes, I now have a brand new poster for 2,000 days. The house is looking pretty cool, isn't it? If you'd like to get one of these posters for yourself, the link is at the top of the description. They are very limited edition. They sold out in 24 hours last time, so get them whilst you can. And I've also personally signed each and every one of them, which took absolutely forever. And whilst you guys are doing that, I've got a new plan. Plan which involves hoppers, pistons, and also observers. By the way, if you're wondering, the void base is going to be finished in the next episode. We've got too much to do today. Next, my plan is to set up a really quick and simple dripstone farm. So the way this farm works is that water will randomly drip through the dripstone and cause it to grow, and when it grows, the pistons will all extend. I can't really show it to you until they actually grow. The reason I went out searching for dripstone instead of farming it, though, is because it takes about 100 minutes for each one to grow, which is of course a long time, but I can just leave these growing whilst I get on with other projects. And one of those projects is to collect a load of cactus. And with that, I think I've mined every single cactus in this entire desert. It's definitely an achievement, but it's also kind of sad. I feel like I've just endangered the plant species. Ah well, they're all going to be put to a good use, because in order to power this crazy XP farm, we're going to need a crazy cactus farm. So now I'm going to grab absolutely loads of glass. Right here, I'm going to build a massive water collection system. I've created the frame for this, and now I've just got to fill in all the gaps with glass. I've run out of glass, and I think I really underestimated how much I'm actually going to need. But thankfully, I have got loads and loads of glass. Now let's get back to placing glass. And there we go. All the glass is now placed. I just want to mine out a block here, and also... Okay, I've done that completely wrong. I meant to mine out that block, and... You know, let me just start again. As I was saying, I want a block mined out there, and I want that in every single corner. And next we begin adding water, so we're going to have some like that, and then it's also going to be along here, all in this row, although I've kind of run out of water. Thankfully, we're by an ocean. And then we're going to place it like this. I can use infinite water sources. And there we go. Every single piece of water is in, and as you can see, it flows perfectly down to the middle. And I'm going to place a couple of blocks like this, and the cactuses are going to fall into these holes. I've also pretty much run out of glass, so I'm not only going to remove all the cactus from this desert, but all the sand as well. Also, people always ask me why I don't just make a sand duper. And the reason for that is that I don't really use duplication glitches in my world. Like, if I'm going to dupe sand, why don't I just dupe netherite or something like that, you know what I mean? Already this super smelter has given me plenty of glass, and now I can finish off these drop chutes. There we go, they're all complete, and they're going to keep going down underground. And there's a system here that will split everything 4 ways. I believe if I put water here, it should all flow perfectly and stop at the glass. Apart from the fact I did this one wrong because apparently I can't count. And now I've just got to build a few more holes. Well, this is awkward. I've put this in the wrong place. There we go, I fixed it, and now it looks much better. Next, I need to build the first layer of the cactus farm because we need way more cactuses to plant them all. Eventually, this farm is going to get me 40,000 cactus per hour, which is going to be a ridiculous amount of XP. Especially when you compare it with the 180,000 XP that the Guardian farm is going to be giving me per hour at the same time, which all adds up to a pretty amazing XP farm. That'll definitely be enough sand for now. It's also going to take a load of fences and fence gates, which is why I'm going to mine up a ton of wood. And whilst I'm mining up all this wood, I'd actually like to test an idea that I came up with. First, I'm going to grab some gold, and I might as well repair all my items whilst I'm here. Then I'll craft a golden axe by mending, efficiency, and unbreaking, and then I'll apply them all to the axe. And because I never normally name my tools, I'm going to name this one the Fast Chopper. And if my calculations are correct, with haste 2 from the beacons, the wood should mine instantly. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't really? I did all the calculations, but apparently it just mines at this speed and can't go any faster. But you know what? I'm still going to take an item frame and place it here to remind me of the failed experiment. I also definitely have enough wood now. Really? Really? I've still got no idea how creepers keep spawning down here. I need to add more lights. Anyway, let's forget about that for now and do some building. So right here is where we're going to build the base of this cactus farm. You can see I've marked out the areas. And so my job is to place a lot of slabs. Now the edge is done. Let's go and fill in the middle. There we go. The base is complete. And let's also add a border of bricks around the outside. And then I can begin placing all the sand ready for the cactuses. I'm also going to get absolutely loads of mobs spawning on this platform. So I'm going to go and activate the mob switch. And whilst I'm at my house, I'm also going to craft 4 temporary hoppers, which are going to be very useful. And the reason they're going to be useful is because I'm going to place them all there, and then if any blocks come down here, I'll be able to recollect them. Just like that piece of glass that's floating away. And now let's get back to placing sand. Perfect. And now that they're all in, we can start adding lots of gates. And now that all these gates are in, I need to mine all the stone slabs underneath because they need to be gaps. And that is now perfectly done, so all of the cactus will be able to fall down the holes. Now I'm going to craft a load of spruce fences. And they're going to be placed along so that every time a cactus grows, it's going to get broken. But doing that and placing stuff every time, I could maybe do something like that. Although I'm thinking it's still quite slow. So I think the best thing to do is to actually build a roof above it for the next layer. And as you can see, once the roof's placed in, it'll make placing all the fence posts much easier. After some serious time, I have placed every single gate up here. I've basically, done quite a lot of this, and I haven't even placed all those fences down there yet. But having done that roof, it's now going to make placing these fences so much faster. And finally, every fence is in. I've just got one thing left to do. Actually, that's not true. I've got 2 things left to do. First, I've got to place all the water in. Okay, not like that though. We've got to do it like that. And then I get the joy of placing down every single cactus. And there we have it. The layer is now officially complete. And each layer gets about 800 to 900 cactus per hour, which is quite a lot, but definitely not enough. So the reason I wanted to build that first is because I'm just going to need so much cactus for the whole farm. And so that'll be collecting it up for me whilst I can do other stuff. Now let's go and take a look at how the dripstone farm is doing. And as you can see, we have absolutely none. I'm guessing the dripstone doesn't grow even if it's in spawn chunks. Seems like I have to be in the local area for it to actually work. Another thing I'm going to need a lot of for this farm is powered rails. And to make powered rails, you need a lot of gold. So that means I'm going to spend quite a bit of time chilling at the gold farm. And from quite a short time, I've got so much gold. I've also realised that nether brick fences are going to be very useful for the cactus farm. And to make sure I get as many as I possibly can, I'm going to go ahead and fill a shulker box full of this. And then set it all off smelting at the super smelter. And as a temporary improvement to this machine, I'm just going to waterlog the rails, and that way a lot more items will go into the hopper minecart. And already we're getting loads and loads of nether bricks. Before I head back, I just want to mine up a load more wood. Just look at all these bricks already. So basically, wherever you see a fence gate, that can be a fence. But if I do that, you have to tower them up all the way to the top of the farm. But I think long term, this is definitely going to be much faster. I've already run out of the fences and haven't really filled the whole area yet, but I'm sure I'll have loads more bricks ready. There's 3 stacks at the moment. Obviously, these furnaces only work when I'm in the area. So whilst I wait, I'm going to gather up loads more of this. I've gathered up quite a lot, which is going to be perfect for the project. Since I have them in my inventory, I'm also going to replace these with fences just to make life a bit easier. And the bartering farm also has a mega amount of these. And now all of these should definitely get me going for quite some time. And back to placing we go. Once again, I've run out of fences, but this time we are getting way closer. And you also notice if we go down here, look at this. Loads of... Okay, why have we got that in there? But loads of cactus are growing. They're going into the hoppers. It's brilliant. Although we are getting some stuck up here. And to fix that problem, we're going to craft some signs. Then we add a sign here, one here, and then a load more of them. This is just going to be holding some water. One on top of there. And in placing that, everything should flow. There we go. As you can see, the cactuses just get thrown straight off. I think I'm going to chuck all of these in a shulker box as well. That way, there's no danger of running out of space. And next, I'm going to head down here and collect up a load of lava. And then all these can go into the chest. And it looks like some of the furnaces are starting to run out of fuel. I've got a stack of coal here, but eventually, yeah, when they all run out, well, I could just put buckets of lava in, but unless I was constantly using the machine, it wouldn't be that efficient. It would definitely be a smart idea to sometime build chunk loaders around my actual house. That way, if I had those, everything could be smelting in the background. Anyway, let's hurry up and get these last ones down. I've completed a few more layers. In total, we now have 4 done. And as you can see, it is collecting up plenty of cactus. And the next thing I'd like to do is build a lava farm underneath this monument, which will be the thing that powers the super smelter for the cactuses. Look at that, found some diamonds whilst I was mining this area. And even more right here. And even more right here. To be honest, in this entire video, we found quite a lot of diamonds. Look at that, another 16 here. Ready to be burned later. I've got the size of the room that I want, but I just want to make the roof a bit higher now. And there we go, the room is complete. Next, let's go and gather up all the materials. And in the short time I've been mining that room, the cactus farm is again filling up even more. I'd also like to start colour coordinating my shulker boxes a bit more. First things first, let's go ahead and burn all the diamonds. Next, I need to fill shulker boxes because we need a lot of lava buckets. I'm actually going to need way more lava buckets than I currently have, which means we're going to have to collect the rest up the old-fashioned way, grabbing it from these lava lakes. And with that, every shulker box is full. We've got way more than we actually need. Now to get the rest of the resources. And finally, I've got every item I need, including all the lava. I just need to go and collect the rest of the dripstone. And before I go there, I actually want to add levers on the front of all these furnaces. Because if I flick this, you'll see that I'll be able to get a load of XP, and then I can use that to mend my pickaxe. I'll do that. And, okay, there's not a huge amount in, probably because I harvested not that long ago. There we go, that was a much better one. But the amount of nether bricks we've got is loads and loads. It is a shame that this machine didn't work, but anyway, we'll go and mine up all the dripstone. That's another 30 for the collection. I'll also steal this dripstone along here. And when combining those, we definitely have enough. And so it's time to start building. And this platform is now complete, which is going to hold all the lava. Mine out this roof because working with lava is going to be a little bit tricky. All the lava's ready. I'm just going to start grabbing it and begin placing it in, I guess, kind of a systematic way. By placing layers of blocks and then breaking them, I can do it safely and quickly. And there we go. Every piece of lava is now in. And now to begin placing the dripstone. Perfect. It's starting to look very good. And now I want to start adding a load of blocks that the redstone's going to go on. Next, let's add a repeater and then redstone all the way along here with more repeaters along this line. Next, I'm going to add pistons all the way along here and along here. And facing into these repeaters, we're going to need observers all the way along. And the same thing on this side with iron trapdoors attached. Under those trapdoors, I've added sticky pistons and then observers above those. And then finally, normal pistons all in a row right the way to the end. And now I think I'm ready to start adding all of the cauldrons. There we go. Now they can be filling up whilst I build the rest of this farm. I believe I've now placed everything correctly and it's all as it should be. All these pistons and observers over here are just a little timer. First, I'm going to load up this double chest with loads of buckets. And if I press this button and hold right click, there you go, you can see we're getting some lava. The first attempt didn't quite go to plan, but the reason for that was because I accidentally missed a sticky piston right there. So now an observer should be like that. And we'll see if take 2 works better. Everything does seem to be now working as intended. Big shout out to Il Mango, by the way, for this design. He also designed the cactus farm I'm using. And it seems like I've already jammed up the system with lava. Yeah, this single chest here, it's not enough. Thankfully, I do have plenty more hoppers and chests. And the cycle is now complete. Let's go and see just how much. Well, there's not in there, but as you can see, there's a lot of lava in that chest. There's a lot of lava in these chests and this side. Yeah, there's still loads in here. And one thing I do know about this farm is that I'm going to need a heck of a lot of buckets. So let's get adding them. For now, that should be enough. And while all those cauldrons fill up again, I'm going to continue work on the cactus farm. I've been very busy and built a lot of these layers. I just need to add the cactuses to the top 5 ones. Although having said that, we're completely overrun with them already. And I now have more than enough lava to get this thing going. There's just things full of lava buckets. So let's now start adding the rest of the things. And that is every single fence on all of these layers. Next, I'm going to add the sand. I ran out of sand, so it's back to destroying the desert. That should definitely be all the sand that I need. And now every piece of sand is in. Let's head down underneath, grab a load of buckets, fill them all up with water, and place it all down. And with this bucket, every layer has got all the water it needs. Now to place down 1,000,000 cactuses. And the easiest way to do that is just do something like this. And there we go. Every layer has every cactus. This is going to be getting me so much cactus and so much XP. About 10,000 per hour, I believe. And yeah, as you can see, we've completely overloaded the storage systems. Although these are only temporary, so it doesn't matter too much. I mean, just look at how fast that the cactus is flowing down. It's absolutely crazy. Just realized that cactus was getting stuck in these corners, but adding a glass block fixes that. And to cope with all this extra cactus, we're going to have to build the next system. And to do that, we're going to dig a tunnel right here. The size of the room that I'm digging out is actually a lot bigger than I thought. It's going to be wider than this. I've even found some diamonds, you know, more that I can burn. It's like my one goal is to just rid the world of diamonds. With that 2 more hiding underneath, I'm not going to miss those. The room still isn't quite finished, but my pickaxe is almost broken. I need to go and mend it. And now everything's fully repaired. So now let's get back to digging. Also, if any of you are wondering why no hostile mobs are spawning in my world at the moment, it's because I have a machine that allows me to turn hostile mob spawning on and off. And there we go. The room is now fully dug out. For the next part of the project, I'm going to need rails, I'm going to need hoppers, I'm going to need minecarts, and a lot of them. Since we're going to need about 300 powered rails, I might as well just steal them from here. Before I craft the rest of the stuff, I'm going to buy a load more redstone. These are all the items I'm going to need for now. So to begin with, I'm going to place blocks where the cactuses are all going to gather up and a row of furnaces all along here. And on top of every furnace, there's going to be a hopper. What I'm effectively building here is just a massive super smelter. And going into the back of every furnace, there's also going to be hoppers. And finally, hoppers underneath as well. Now comes the rails, which we're going to add all the way along here. So basically, it's going to be normal rails in the corners and powered rails on the straights. And then they all need powering, which I'm going to do by placing blocks and levers like that. Well, that's all set up. Time to repeat this contraption on the other 3 sides. Crazy to think how much of a massive room I've made, and it's still not big enough for all the furnaces. And that is the second side complete, and that's side number 3 complete, and the 4th side is now done, so the super smelter part is complete. I'm just going to mine out a little bit above some of the rails though, so that if the minecarts ever get stopped, I can push them. And I'd also like to move the furnaces and hoppers round on this one, because what I'm going to have is a minecart track going along here, and I want it to easily connect like to this bit, whereas all of these are kind of in the way. Well, they're not in the way, but I'd have to go like build a track that goes all the way along here and then back on myself. So just to be a little bit more efficient, I'm going to move this along. Perfect, they're all rotated to that side now, and enough of the area is chiseled out so that I can easily push minecarts along when needed. And now to start on the system that will replenish all the fuel for this by refilling it with lava buckets. I've got quite far around, but I'm going to have to go back now and grab more powered rails. Hopefully all these should be more than enough, and that's every furnace covered. Now we've got to go and create the system that will dispense the minecarts and fill them up with lava. And to do that, I'm going to have to dig a big tunnel, although we seem to have come to a cave. If my calculations are correct, digging in this direction should take me straight to the lava farm. Okay, well, we don't want to go straight to the lava part of it, though. This tunnel didn't really need to be this high, but there's the hoppers. They'll come through here, and right here I'm going to build a second tunnel that goes down deep underground. This tunnel now connects up to the other tunnel. So this next bit of the plan is for the hopper minecarts to fall down here and stack up. So they're going to land on this block. And then if I go and do something like this and then break that, I can use a piston to keep moving them. You'll see what I mean when I actually do it. And then I'm going to add more powered rails all the way along here, connect up to this line. And for this bit over here, I think I'm going to have to build it so that this goes up quite a bit higher. And I'll also go and get some glass to build a bit of a chute. I believe this is every item that I need. And I should also burn these 8 diamonds. I'm going to use the iron at my golem farm to get loads more hoppers. So right here, I'm going to build the glass tower. And I want this to be quite a bit taller, so I'm going to do some mining. This looks perfect to me. Connecting road has been created. Let's power all of the rails. And that's every single rail powered. So right here, there's going to be a piston, which is what's going to push the minecarts. And this piston is going to be attached to a little clock, which is going to do something like this, so that it will just periodically shoot the minecarts. And if I want to stop the minecarts, I just flick this and the machine will be off. And there's going to be hoppers that are going into the side of the hopper minecart so that they will fill up with lava buckets. So let's finish this trail of hoppers that connects to this system. And on this side, it can go into chests so that we've just got a little bit more storage space. And hoppers placed all around like that will be absolutely perfect. Let's grab some stripped logs, and I want to craft some composters, which can be made out of slabs. Yeah, 54, that's probably going to be enough. And this is just to reduce lag as much as possible. Now, if I take this shulker box full of lava and place it on top of there, they should all be filtering out and lava should be coming along. As you can see, it's filling up. Although I think it may be more practical to empty my inventory and then just grab an entire thing of lava buckets and shove them in like that. I've now completely filled up all of this. It's 407 slots, so I'm going to go and have to just keep these buckets in here because we've not really got the space. And this double chest here is also full, so we've got plenty of lava, more than enough to completely fill up all of the furnaces. But before I'm ready to set off the hopper minecarts, there's one last thing to do. And that is to create the system that's going to collect up all of the buckets that empty. And to do that, I'm going to create a bunch of auto sorters that will sort out the cactus green from the buckets. So from here, I'm going to create a stack of hoppers. And these are all going to wrap all the way back, but they won't quite connect to here because we're going to have a little auto sorter. I was going to make it so that the sorter filtered out all the cactus green, but I've just realized it would make more sense to have them filter out the buckets and automatically get rid of the cactuses. And because of that change of plan, these hoppers are a little bit too high up now. So these hoppers are going to go all the way back like that, with composters on top of each and every one. And at the end here, there will be an item destroyer. Before I make that, let's grab a load of buckets and properly set up these little item sorters. So as you can see, the buckets are filtering through. There can only be 4 buckets in at a time, which is perfect. And if everything's working correctly, I can shove a load of buckets in here. And if I quickly come to here, the buckets should start filtering through. There you go. As you can see, the number's going up. The machine works perfectly. I've just been doing the maths and I've realized that I can only have 25 hoppers attached to each one of these sorters. Otherwise, it's just going to get overflowed. And realistically, I only need 2 at each one. I don't need all of these because I can't have every single hopper coming here. So I'm going to build this system 7 more times and then everything should be completely finished. If all of this ends up working perfectly, it truly will be a miracle. And now every single one of these auto sorters is complete. You can see I've got all these little areas where I'm going to dispense the cactus into lava. And I've completely lit everything up. Okay, I don't think any mobs can spawn down here. If a creeper spawned down here, it would be a disaster. I've also added way more chests, and these are all full of lava. Okay, I've just been harvesting this lava farm. It gets me so much because I'm going to need about 1,000 buckets to get it going, and then I'll need about 200 every 15 minutes, which won't be a problem. And I've also become work on a few more layers. I have, however, run out of food, so I'll do some more trading with this guy. I'm also going to need a load of glass for this project and loads more sand, and I can set all this sand off smelting. And whilst I wait for that, I'm going to continue cutting down trees, and that is every single one mined up. I should probably make this water system a bit bigger. There was saplings caught on here. There's also saplings caught on the edge. In fact, I'm going to take the initiative and do it right now. So the easiest way to do this is going to be to dig it out so it's a bit wider. And I can use these water sources to add more water right here so it flows evenly. And if I drop water here, it should perfectly flow. And I think now, yeah, even if I chuck an item like that, yeah, it goes down there. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, although it's a little bit trickier on this side because there's a ravine in the way. But once I place water here and cover it up, everything should be perfect. So all I want to do now is just kind of grab some slabs and make a little bit of an extra one up here. And then there just needs to be water placed all the way along here. Perfect. A much more efficient tree farm. At this point, it also makes sense to move this back a bit so that trees planted at this end don't go onto the scaffolding or onto this side. And whilst I've been busy doing DIY, all of my glass has now smelted. And so I'm now ready to go and turn on the new XP farm. To begin with, I'm just going to add another repeater right there. I'm not going to add any ticks to it. It just makes it slightly longer. Then I want to fly up to the top of here and encase this tracking glass just to stop any potential mobs causing trouble. That should now be safe from everything. Next, I'm going to need loads of hopper minecarts, and I'll place these right here. And as you can see, they're going to get pushed down. They're going to fall, and they're going to start stacking up. There's now 30 in there altogether. I don't know why, but this top one isn't a hopper minecart. How did I mess that up? And now I've got to try and get out of this without screwing up. What have I done? There we go. I'm out. That was meant to be such a simple thing. Right, we'll put that in there. Okay, well, that's gone all the way to the bottom. One more sent through, and you know what? I think I'm going to get some sleep. But before I get any sleep, let's set off all of the hopper minecarts. Perfect. They're all now moving. And now let's get a quick bit of sleep. Okay, well, it's apparently the next day. Let's release the cactus. And this next bit will take some time, but once I flick this lever right here, the minecarts are going to be setting off and filling them up. And as you can see, well, not that one because that's got the minecart in, but every one has got 5 lava buckets in it. And if I run alongside, you can see that they're all filling. Look at that. They're just all getting lit up with lava buckets, as you can see. And then the buckets are coming out and going back through the system. The cactus, when it smelts, as you can see, it's getting dispensed into this lava. We'll wait for some more to come through. There we go. Look at that. 2 more, 3 more, 4 more. Guys, it's actually working. And these hopper minecarts, as you can see, are picking up all of the cactus. It is working like a dream. And the reason it's slow just to get it going is because every hopper needs to be filled with 5 lava. As you can see, that's kind of happening now. But over here, there's only 1. As you can see, these are still filling. As you can imagine, this is using up quite a lot of lava very fast. So I'm going to use this machine to replenish all my stocks. Since the farm does seem to be working fine, I think I can release more Okay, well, maybe I've released a little bit too much. So you know what? I'm just going to release it all of it. You know what? If some of it despawns, it despawns. It's just one of those things. Let's go like that. I feel like there's just stuff flying everywhere now. Look at that. It is so close now to filling up every single furnace. All the other sides are done. There's only a few left. And when this thing is running at full speed, it's going to be getting me 40 to 50,000 XP per hour, which when combined with the Guardian farm that gets me 180,000 per hour, it's going to be like well over 200,000. That's faster than any XP farm that I know of. And if I built 2 of these or 3 or 4, you know, if I built like more of them, I could just stack up that XP. It could get pretty crazy. In fact, you may not believe this, but already we have run out of lava. So I might as well just switch this off for a bit now. I'm going to steal a few lava buckets from these full ones and put them into the end furnaces. From my calculations, the lava farm should be able to keep up, but if it can't, I'm going to have to build 2 lava farms. And whilst that's getting me XP, I've realised I should add glass all the way around here just to spawn proof these walls. Otherwise, we're just going to end up with mobs spawning on it. It'd probably be a disaster waiting to happen. And as you can see, there are points where the cactus is popping off and going onto these walls, which is why I'm using glass rather than something like buttons. And that is glass on every layer. I think it actually makes the farm look a lot nicer. And I also think it's about time we released more cactus. You know what? 1 chest isn't enough. Let's do 2. Let's just go over. But yeah, there we go. Enjoy the cactuses. I'll quickly check that everything is still working as intended, but it looks like it. Of course, every good contraption has a flaw, and this one's flaw is that there's a hopper under here, which means that this furnace is not filling up. It is fixable, but yeah, I'm gonna have to act quick. Looking back, that's probably why I didn't have enough lava buckets. I probably burned loads of them. Pretty easy fix though. We just do something like this. I also did the same thing with this furnace here, but this one's not quite as easy to fix. I think the best thing I can do is actually move these furnaces to be over there. And it has been 15 minutes since the last harvest, so I should probably do this as well. I also completely forgot that I have 4 double chests worth of lava, so I didn't even run out. I'm gonna add a few more furnaces on this side. You know, just might as well put some extra ones whilst I'm at it. It's just as well really, because for some reason I forgot to put a minecart over these ones anyway. And there we go. Everything should now be fully repaired. I think I'm ready to release the minecarts. And whilst they're all dispensing, I'm going to top these up with lava. I think now's a good time to release more cactus. You know what? Let's release quite a lot. In fact, you know what? Let's just release loads. Yeah, let's get rid of it all. It's all in there now. I may have screwed up slightly this bit. First of all, that's not even moving around. And second of all, I didn't put hoppers above. And now this one can be working as well. Oh, let's flick that lever. There we go. Now it's off. Now to get even more lava. And I'll continue building more layers for the farm. And that is a load more layers finished. I'll also grab a load more lava. And next I'd like to build a system where I can easily harvest all the XP and turn the machine on and off at any time. And I think building tunnels is going to be the best way to achieve that. I've connected up 3 sides, just 1 to go. And now all 4 sides are connected up. I've built 2 tunnels just to make it a bit easier to get around. And the way in and out of here, I'm actually going to put right here. I've just broken my pickaxe. Are you kidding me? This pickaxe will have to do for now, but I've no longer got silk touch. Let's also get these tunnels torched up. And now that I'm happy with the tunnels, I'm going to sort out an on-off switch. Now the first test is, will it stop there? No, okay, well that didn't work. Time for test number 2. And that works perfectly because when I flick this lever, it's going to go around and then I turn it off and it'll stop there again. And now to repeat this on the other 4 tracks. Also some minecarts have got stuck here. This is a very worried. This could actually get very... Oh, it's because I turned them all off. Oh dear, that's That is a bad thing. Don't do that. This could be a disaster waiting to happen. Yeah, this is a disaster waiting to happen. Hopefully this does not cause too many issues. Too late. It's a disaster, guys. It's an absolute disaster. The reason it's a disaster, though, is because I was pushed in the wrong way. So, yeah, no, I kind of deserved that, didn't I? I've repaired the machine and stacked up all the hopper minecarts. And all 4 sides are now set up so I can turn them on and off with redstone. So the lever for this is going to go right here. That's one of them connected. And there's also the second one. And if I want to connect the other 2 up, I'm going to need more redstone and I'm going to need more repeaters. And thankfully, I have everything that I need to craft those right here. The third one connected. And there we go. All 4 are connected. Let's test it. Right now, all 4 minecarts have been stopped. And if we place these and put a lever, I flick that. Are they all going to set off? Well, that one's working. And so's that one. Yes, all 4 of them are working. Somehow my plan actually worked. And the final thing to do is hook up this redstone. And that's going to connect up all the way to this contraption. Once I place this redstone, that is moving. The machine is now fully working with an on-off switch. Might as well make sure that the machine's got plenty of lava. So the real question is, how successful is this XP farm? Bear in mind, it's only running at a quarter of its intended speed. It will only be at full speed once I fully complete the entire cactus farm. But there's many more layers to go for that. I'm also going to quickly grab some glowstone dust and then craft a redstone lamp and change it to be one of these so that I'll know if the machine is on or off. Yep, as you can see, because I left the area without unloading the chunks, I've completely broken all these minecarts. Certainly a big ordeal if the machine breaks. Everything's back to normal now, and it's given me an idea. I'm going to fly back to my house, then I'll grab a couple of pistons, turn them into sticky ones, then I'll place these pistons right here, and then I need to activate them, which can easily be done with torches. So now, if I want to go up, right now it's in an on state, but if I was to turn them off, then the elevator wouldn't be allow me to leave, so I'd have to remember to flick this lever so that I turn the machine off. So I've hooked up all of the redstone. All I need is just one more sticky piston, and then that will attach to a redstone block. There's also going to be a bunch of items in here to create the delay, because after I've turned the machine off, I still need to wait at least a minute before I leave the area. That's how long it'll take the minecarts to get back to their home. Now I have the sticky piston, so that piston goes there. Everything should be in place now, I do believe. Just realized I need to flip this current, and I'll also need to flip the signal down here. I turn the machine on. Those retract, so I can't really leave. You see, like, if I leave, I'll realize I'm like, oh, I have to wait. I have to turn off the machine. Meanwhile, all the minecarts are being sent round. Then as soon as I want to leave, I turn the machine off, and then I have to wait 1 minute, and that's enough time for all the minecarts to get round, and then I can leave. The machine just won't break. And there we go. After 1 minute, the piston extended. I've even managed to make this machine SB proof. And one extra thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab some of these torches and I'm going to try and search for surrounding caves in the area and make sure they're all lit up so that mobs cannot spawn and I don't have to always turn my render distance down. It's just going to make life a bit easier. Found so many caves and I've been really busy lighting them all up. I think I'm pretty close to having it all done. And look at that, guys. It is now day 2000. We've made it. And I'm just glad on this 1000 I didn't end up nearly falling in the void. I think I've got most bits. There might be, you see, there is like a spider here and stuff, but I think that was from before, but I think I've lit everything up now. I just haven't had a chance to check like areas down there and stuff and dig around, look for caves and stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. The next day is beginning already. Yeah, the end of day 2000 is coming to a thing. I don't even have my Elytra on. So yeah, we pretty much made it. We survived 2000 days, but we want to see a few more things. You know what? First, let's harvest this by just going like that. Perfect. And then I want to go and I want to turn on this machine. And if I flick this lever and do it on all the sides, it will then block up the furnaces and I can harvest the XP. So you can see we're on level 468, but as you can see, we're going up quite a bit considering, you know, we're just emptying from furnaces. Already, we're going to go up like nearly half level. We haven't even done them all. So you can see this is a great way to get XP. And once it's running at full capacity, it's going to be so powerful. It's also a good way to get a little bit of extra green dye. Then when I'm done, I just flick that. The machine will carry on working again as normal. And I can collect up all the other furnaces. And the good thing about this is the furnace can hold infinite XP. And it doesn't matter how much is in there. You get all of it instantly, which is why it is better than other farms. Because whilst the Guardian farm will produce loads of XP, I can only absorb some of it so fast. Whereas with the Cactus farm, I can have like an infinite amount of XP instantly. It's just so much quicker. And as you can see from that, I just got 12 levels, which is quite a lot to say that it's not running at full speed. And it's very quick. And it just runs whilst I'm using the Guardian farm. So over there, I'm passively getting XP from the cactuses. Meanwhile, I can just AFK here and keep getting the XP. As you can see, look how slowly the Guardian one goes up. You know, it's not particularly fast. And it's just takes so long to absorb the XP compared to the furnaces. So altogether, like, I get 180k from this per hour. I get like 10 to 20,000 at the moment from this one. So I'm getting like 200,000 XP per hour. But it will be way faster when it's done. Like, I want this to be getting like 50,000 XP. Yeah, it's going to be crazy, guys. But we are completely out of time. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in 2,100 days.